ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। अग्रे कृत्वा कमपि चरणं जानुनैकेन तिष्ठन् पश्चात् पार्थः प्रणयरसजुषा चक्षुषा वेक्ष्यमाणः सव्येतोत्रं करसरसिजे दक्षिणे ज्ञानमुद्रा आबिभ्राणो सन् पातु नः सूतवेषः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। Okay. So last time we had started the Karma Yoga, third chapter. A summary for Karma Yoga, and we said Karma Yoga it covers three topics. One, Karma Yoga itself, which is from sloka number 1 to 20. Then Shrestha Achara, the role model by elders, which is sloka number 21 to 34. Okay, and then 35 onwards, Kama Krodha Jaya, how to win over Kama and Krodha. Three topics, 1 to 20, Karma Yoga, 21 to 34, Shrestha Achara, and 35 onwards, Kama Krodha Jaya till the end. Okay, and we started on by clearly mentioning the question which Arjuna had. And he told Krishna, you may please decide and tell me one thing which is good for me. Should I do karma or should I go in the path of jnana? The question for the third chapter starts that way. Okay. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatking karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasi vame tadekam vada nishchitya yena shreyoham apnuyam. I am confused by what you have told till now. At one point you are saying do karma, on the other point you are saying that jnanam is better. Okay, what should I do? You please decide and tell me one thing which is good for me. And as usual, Krishna started. There are two aspects which I had mentioned. You have yoga dvayam, nishtha dvayam. Yoga dvayam is not optional. Nishtha dvayam, you have a choice. Nishtha dvayam is pravritti marga or nivritti marga. Pravritti marga is from brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, if you want sannyasa. Nivritti marga is brahmacharya to sannyasa directly. Brahmacharya to sannyasa is called Preyo marga, Shreyo marga. Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa is called Shreyo marga. Okay. So people who have got that strong will to go for the goal will choose the Shreyo Marga. And people who are not very sure, they will slowly try going the path which is gone by the elders, and then they will decide. And most of the time, in between the path itself, you forget that you are supposed to decide and get stuck there only. So, ashrama is a place where you take shelter for a period of time to complete certain responsibilities, goals, mature out of it, and go in front. So, instead of being Atiti there, you become the Grihapatihi. You are now the owner of that house. I am not ready to leave it. And that becomes the problem. Don't go by the physical word Grihapati, house owning. It is the mental attitude of attachment. Okay. Now, Krishna clarifies that in either of the nishthas, you have to go through Karma Yoga because that is Jnana Yogyata, and then only you can go to Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. You can write this in bold words. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. And it is very true. Karma Yoga will give you Jnana Yogyata, eligibility for Jnana Yoga. Then Jnanam will give you moksha out of the karma. Okay. You know, in all these rockets and all, you have two engines. First initial, after that one shell moves out and then it takes another, because two separate requirements are there. So first karma yoga engine, and most of our rockets forget that iron, we have to go start the next engine. इसी में चालू है, correct? There are other people who believe that without that first engine they can directly go up. That is only in dream. So both the engines are needed, and you can't even interchange. You cannot say that let me first try that big one, then I will start the small one. No, it won't work. पहले ही छोटा वाला लेके जाओ. When you come to that place where you need much force, then start the other one and just fly. Correct? So it is a very clear, logical, sequential method of learning like we learn any other subject. Which means you need to be consistent, systematic, committed for a period of time, and learning it from the right source in the right way. Correct? And over a period of time, this change will happen. Are we clear? What is the whole objective of this Gita is? So from there now we have started that first engine, karma yoga. Second chapter mein he talked there are two engines. And our Brihaspati Arjuna says, you tell me which engine I have to use. Sometimes you are telling use this engine, sometimes you are saying he says no. Whichever path you go, you have to use both the engines in the right sequence. But you have a choice in the path you want. Okay. So very clearly, how to convert karma to karma yoga is the main topic of this chapter. How do you convert karma to karma yoga? And for which we talked about various karmas our Vedic system talk about. Prayashchitta karma, Nishiddha karma. Okay, I'm not starting from top down, bottom up. Prayashchitta karma, Nishiddha karma, Kamya karma, Naimittika karma, Nitya karma. And this classification and definitions are very clear to you all. If anyone it is not clear, please raise your hand. It needs to be clarified here because many of the discussions will be based on this. Okay, if it's not clear, just ask. I think have I explained all the five? Okay.
Throat is bad. Can I ask one question?
Yeah. Ask.
What I want to know is that, like, what we did last time, that we have to follow karma yoga in our day-to-day routine. So, like, if suppose I'm a lady, I'm in our daily cooking, my office activities, how do I follow that in my daily routine? Can you advise me?
No, how to follow, how to convert karma to karma
I
yoga.
mean, yeah, I mean, how do I implement karma yoga in our day-to-day activities, like being common human?
Correct. So, first of all, okay, that is a part of karma yoga. Okay. But are these five karmas clear? Okay. Do we know the path we have to drop Nishiddha karma instantaneously? Okay. Vihitam, avihitam va. Knowingly, unknowingly, both stop it first. Unknowingly, even if it happens, Kshama Prarthana is the only answer, which is Prayashchitta. That something would have happened without my knowing. Sarvam etat kshamasva. Vihitam, avihitam va. Kara charanakritam va. Kayajam, karmajam va. Kara, charana, kritam va. Kayajam, karmajam va by action. Shravana, mananam. Shravana nayana chamba. Shravana nayana jamba. By my ears, by my sight. Manasam va aparadam. Vihitam, avihitam va. Sarvam etat kshamasva. Okay. So, which I do not know, if I've committed something which I am not supposed to and I've done it. Sorry. If I've omitted something which I am supposed to do. Sorry. Okay. Kshama Prarthana for unknown. For known one, it has to become Prayashchitta Karma. Otherwise, it will be Dhan Man Tan Sab Kuch Tera. Every day in the Aarti, you will tell. After that, Prasad Paila आने दो, वापस नेक्स्ट डे धन मन तन सब कुछ तेरा. अरे सब कुछ तेरा बोलने के बाद तुम्हारे पास क्या बचा है? दैट मीन्स कल दिया नहीं था, कल शेंडी लगाया था. Correct? That will not work. So in karma, we have to be very clear that if something is nishiddha, and if I'm aware of it, and it starts with very small things, and when we talk of this is sensitivity to that. It should, a very small thing, it should just, suppose I've decided, no, this is something which I'm doing wrong. I will try knowingly not to do it now. For example, let me take an example. I get angry on some. Normally, chidchida rehta hu. I get angry. It is not a good thing. And I have decided that I will not get angry. Now, only when I know I'm getting angry, then only I'll be able to do something about it. For that, I need to be sensitive at all point of time. I should know what triggers now. Okay, it has started boiling. Now I need to take some immediate action. If not anything, drink water, move away from that, do something by which I stop. Otherwise, habitually it will come out. And once it comes out and I express it, then there is no way to go back. Because then it is going to be reactions. That reaction will follow with an action. So it's highly cyclic. Before it gathers that momentum, you have to break it. For that, you have to be alert before it starts expressing out. Okay. You know, a very nice example, if you have to understand this, a beautiful example. How do you know this mind is disturbed. This principle has been used very beautifully in Adi Shankara's life. When he had a debate with Mandana Mishra, Adi Shankara and Mandana Mishra's debate, a very well known debate. Mandana Mishra, Karmatha, only Karma, Purva Mimamsa is there. There is no need of Uttara Mimamsa. And Adi Shankara, Purva Mimamsa is required, is the first engine. After that, you can't be sitting on that engine, you have to stop that engine and go to the next engine. Go to Sannyasa. Jnanam is required. Now they want to have a debate. This is a little deviation, but then you all will enjoy it because then you will understand how it starts working. First of all, Adi Shankara reaches that place, Mandana Mishra's place, when Mandana Mishra's father's Shraddha is going on. Okay. And during Shraddha, if a sannyasi comes, it is absolutely intolerable by a grihastha. Why? Shraddha is done for Kula and Gotra, and the sannyasi is coming here who has left the Kula, Gotra, and everything. It is like Apshakun. And the words used are Kuto Mundiya, why have you come here? You did not get any other place. Kuto Mundiya, Mundaram karke aaya idhar, why have you come here? And that time, Adi Shankara says, Vadabhiksham pradehi me. I have come for Vada Bhiksha. I have not come for food Bhiksha. I have come for a discussion with you. And in that particular Shraddha, Vyasa and Jaimini were the two Brahmanas who were sitting. Vyasa and Jaimini themselves were sitting there as Brahmanas. So they reminded Mandana Mishra, the SOP very clearly says, you should not get angry during Shraddha. It's a basic necessity. When Shraddha Karma is going on or going to be done, you should not get angry with anyone. Okay? However bad the situation will be, the moment you get angry, the Pitras will run away from there. That's a very clear rule. Okay? And that is the day you will get angry. पूर्वे द्युः उपवास स्थाने, पहला दिन से कुछ खाया नहीं है, पेट में चूहा दौड़ रहा है, things will not go as per what you want, something or the other, ये डिले हो जाएगा, वो डिले होएगा, something will fall down, कुछ ना कुछ तो होएगा, and you get angry. So the first thing taught is you should not get angry. So he said, don't get angry on this person. He has come here. He is a knowledgeable person. We are telling you, put food for him also. It is not wrong. And from that day only Mahavishnu Sthana started. In Shraddhas, you have got Pitru Pitamaha Prapitamaha one, Vishvedeva is the other, and in some houses Mahavishnu is also there. So this Mahavishnu ko khana dalne ka is from that day only it has started. Before that it was not there. Okay, so the SOPs have been tweaked to accommodate any knowledgeable person, even during Shraddha if he comes, even if he is a sannyasi, put food. Nothing wrong there. Okay. And after that, okay, these are all side stories. After that, they both wanted to have a debate. Don't forget, why am I telling this point? Hopefully, you all remember that. Mind to body, that connection is very fast. मन में चिड़चिड़ापन आए तो इमीडिएटली बॉडी में आएगा वो. मनसा वाचा कर्मणा. If you are able to hold it before vacha, you have got the trick. Once it has come to Vacha, it will very fast go to even Karmana. Or otherwise, that Vacha is good enough. It is worse than a sword. The tongue is worse than a sword. गुस्सा आया तो पूछना ही नहीं है, right? Now, Shraddha and all got over. They said, okay, let us come to the main point for which I have come. Your job is over. You have had your food. Tell when should we start this debate and discussion. And that discussion required a judge. Someone has to judge a debate, right? Otherwise, the debate doesn't have any meaning. And also in a debate, you should put stakes. The stakes were, if Mandana Mishra loses, he will take sannyasa. And if Adi Shankara loses, he will become a grihastha. That is the stake. Huh? Okay. Now, stakes are clear. Both have agreed. Now you need a judge. And no one is able to even think who can be the judge, because two Dhurandhar people are going to speak. Others are waiting to hear what they are going to speak. How can they judge? They are going to learn such a lot. Both are lion, doin in that area. When they are going to speak, who will be the judge? Adi Shankara came with an idea. I think Adi Shankara only, or everyone generally, it doesn't matter who came with an idea. Mandana Mishra's wife was an equally learned person. Okay. So they said she will be the right person who will judge. Now they removed the monkey from their head and put it on her head. Correct? If Adi Shankara loses, she says, you have lost. Then she knows that Jnanam is losing. If Mandana Mishra loses, she will lose her Grihastha. See the stake? And she has to have Nishpaksha Bhavana. This is where intelligence works. You know what she did? She took two garlands, gave one to her husband, said, you wear it. Another to Adi Shankara, said, you wear it. Whosoever garland withers first, they are the loser. If it dries off, withers off, they are the loser. If it remains fresh, you are the winner. What is the logic? When this gets disturbed, body temperature increases. When body temperature increases, this flower will wither out. There is no need to even prove who is right or wrong. She put the process in such a way that naturally it has to decide. And this went on for a couple of days. Huh? Every day new mala used to be put. And one day Mandana Mishra's mala dried off. Why? He got disturbed, temperature increased, and it got withered. The point is, look at the sensitivity in which they are working. So you have to be highly sensitive inside कि ये आ रहा है. This friend of mine is coming and I have to hold this person right at the door. एक बार अंदर आ गया तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. So once sensitivity comes, then you can start working with it. Are we able to get this? And to understand this sensitivity, we have this FIR technique. You know, there is an FIR technique, very beautiful technique. This FIR technique is, I don't know whose, but I have heard it only from Swami Paramarthananda. Frequency, intensity, and how to rebounds back. The frequency of that, how many times it comes in a day. Suppose anger, if I take, what is the frequency of anger? Okay, I take a book and I genuinely note today 15 times I got angry. Correct? So, for my personal, not to tell anyone. Second is intensity. There were some which were very, very intense. There were some which were very shallow. So, I had to work on the intensity, reducing the intensity. I had to reduce the frequency. I had to also reduce the intensity. Now, one is talking about the number of times, other is talking about the depth. There is a third part is how quickly I can come back to my calm. How much time did it take for me to come back after that high intensity for me to come back to normal? There is a shloka also, I don't remember. Kshanikopeshu ardhayamaha. It's like a person with lot of knowledge. Kshanikopeshu. He may just get it, but instantly will come out. Someone will be there who will take 2-3 hours to come out of it. Someone will take 1-2 days or 15 days to come out. Papishtaha Janmana. Throughout my life, I will never, इसको तो मैं कभी छोड़ूंगा नहीं, because I'm not able to overcome and come out of it. It's a very, very, and this is not with someone whom you don't like and all. Once you get angry in such a intense thing that you will then, I will not forgive this person throughout my life. Whatever happens, I will not forgive. What does that mean? That much I have that crystallized ego. Are we getting it? So, FIR, if you work on it slowly, because then what it allows is, it is only trying to make you sensitive about it. Okay. So, if you want to get out of certain issues, you have to first be sensitive. You should not allow it to come from your mind to the words or the body action. The mind itself, not to suppress it. Don't try to resolve it. It will never get resolved. Try to dissolve it. It will get dissolved. When a child is hooked onto a toy, what do? Show another toy. The child will drop this and hold on to this. Same way, if I'm hooked on to this problem, don't try to resolve it. आप कितना भी वो बच्चे से खींचने को देखो, you will never win. The child will create a ruckus by which you have to give it back. But very easily you give something else, the child will drop this and take it. There's a matured way of leaving it, right? Same way, whenever I am getting into that state, I quickly change into some other situation or a setup which is going to keep me occupied into something different where I'm not going to bother about this. I dissolve it. I don't resolve it. Are we clear? These techniques have to be used because then only we will be able to leave that Nishiddha karma. Nishiddha karma initially comes with guilt, but later on, once it becomes a habit, our sensitivity to it has lost. Correct? The first time when I gave a 50 rupee note to a mama, I felt what I have done, bribing, corruption. But if that is the way I'm doing once in 15 days for about 20 years, then I don't even think immediately something will happen. Chalo, let me go. Chalo, let me go. That means I become so insensitive to it that I will never feel guilty also about it. I will consider it to be a way of life. Are we getting it? And why do I do it? Because it has no value for me. Why do I do that? Because time is more value to me, or something else is more value to me than this practice, which is actually killing my character. That has no value to me. It is not ignorance, huh? Let's be clear. Swami Dayananda Saraswati very beautifully does that. Value need not be taught to anyone. Values need not be taught to anyone. Everyone knows what values are. Then where is the problem? They do not value the value. They do not value the value. That is the issue, right? Value of a value remains a value so far as you value the value of the value, right? When I stop valuing the value of the value, then I'm insensitive to it. Then it is no more a value to me. It is not ignorance. I have become insensitive to it. Chalta hai attitude. And that chalta hai attitude will never help. If you want to stop Nishiddha karma, this chalta hai attitude cannot come. The more and more you're sensitive, the more and more you will pick on smallest to smallest things. And for which you don't have to do anything with anyone else. Because now we are talking of inner change, inner re-engineering, to put it in modern words. Inner re-engineering. मतलब क्या है? I re-engineer what is my makeup. My mental makeup, I re-engineer it. Right? So this is very much required for Nishiddha karma to stop. Then only you will start doing genuinely Prayashchitta karma. Otherwise, Prayashchitta karma will also become a habit. You know, it is how at home no one knows I smoke. So along with that cigarette, I will also buy one Halls. Cigarette is Nishiddha karma, Halls is Prayashchitta karma. ये तो पकड़ा जाएगा ना. So that has become a habit now. So Nishiddha, Prayashchitta both are going together. Now the person also knows if this person comes, I cannot give just only the cigarette, I have to give even Halls together. It's a package deal. Useless. Correct? That is self-fooling. It doesn't make sense. Correct? So don't make Prayashchitta karma as a habitual for Nishiddha karma. That also means you are insensitive. First of all, stop Prayashchitta karma. That means knowingly Nishiddha karma I am not doing. Then when I become sensitive, I understand, oh my God, there are so many Nishiddha karmas I am still doing, but I thought I am not doing. Then you will start cleaning up one by one. You become more and more sensitive. Okay. Anyway, Kamya karma you are doing. Dharmika Kamya karma you are doing. Allowed, do it. Then slowly graduate to the Nitya Naimittika karma, Vihita karma, Niyata karma. Okay. Now, this sequence of moving from Vihita karma, Avihita karma to Vihita karma. Avihita is Prayashchitta, Nishiddha, out. Vihita karma is Kamya and Niyata karma. Then drop Kamya karma as much as possible and go to Nitya Naimittika karma, which is Niyata karma. Okay. And I'm sure many people here have already somewhere done this yoga course with Gandhara Mitra Bandha. So, पहिला प्रणव उच्चार काम्य कर्म कर्म yoga. Slowly you have to mature. दूसरा उच्चार काम्य कर्म karma yoga. Then you have to further go up. Kamya karma, karma yoga. Kamya karma, nitya naimittika karma. Kamya karma, nitya naimittika karma. Kamya karma, nitya naimittika karma. Kamya karma, niyata karma. Kamya karma, niyata karma. Kamya karma, niyata karma. Are you able to get this? Now, when to change, how much to change is purely driven by your own rate of change. Correct? That is purely individual. Someone can comfortably do it, someone can say no, full stop, no means no, and suddenly change. Nothing wrong with it. But it should not be suppression. Suppression will only blast. That should not be there. It should be a matured way of dropping it. 4-year-old balloon playing with 40-year-old playing with the balloon. Maturely drop it. Are we able to get this? That is how the karma can become karma yoga. Now, this conversion of karma to karma yoga is very important. And this is where the question which was asked is, how can we convert this karma to karma yoga? Whenever I am doing a karma, see, understand the process of what is happening. Karma is initiated with Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and then Kriya Shakti. I have an Ichha, I have a knowledge. If I don't have, I get the knowledge for it, and then I do. If I want to buy a car, I need to have a desire to buy a car. Then I will go and find out which are the available cars, what is my budget, what can fit, what cannot fit. That is Jnana Shakti. And then only Kriya Shakti comes where I actually go and buy the car. Right? This Ichha Shakti is necessary for Kriya. Without Ichha, there won't be a Kriya. The question is it binding Ichha or non binding Ichha? When we say binding Ichha, am I ready to leave that phala after my karma is over? I'm doing, I have an Ichha, I have the jnana. Now, then there is a phase of doing the karma. I do the karma, then my role of doing the karma is over. Then I have to wait with time for that karma to produce karma phala. Yes. When I complete my role of karma, am I ready to drop that ichha? Because I don't need that ichha now. That ichha was required for doing the karma. Whatever, when I continue with the ichha, then I'm interested in the result and compare my desire with the result. But if I drop the ichha there, I have completed my job. I've already come to this place. The boat is not required. The train is not required. I've come out of the train. Then wherever the train wants, let it go. I continue moving ahead. You're on mute.
Guruji, I have a question. Can you give me like a few like day-to-day examples on how we can like our activities that we do that can be converted into that karma yoga?
Yeah, I'm coming to that only. That is what I'm coming to, and that you will know only how the process of how karma is done. Once we know that, then see, as we said, if I get anger, the anger is in the mind. If I can control it before it comes to my mouth, then I have avoided a big damage. Same way, when to drop this ichha like a hot potato. The moment you drop that potato, then that same karma becomes karma yoga. We will go to that. So I have an ichha because without ichha I cannot do karma. I need an ichha. That ichha will be very, very selfishly done. For example, suppose take a soldier who is fighting. Will not the soldier selfishly fight to protect himself, to kill the enemy, but what is the bigger motive? To protect the nation. Correct? So many ichas are there, no? Okay. I have to protect myself, I have to kill the enemy, but the bigger objective for why I am there in that place is to protect the nation. Right? So when the person is doing it for protecting himself, then it becomes kamya karma. When he is saying that I will kill the other person, he is still on the dharmic, but just gone up. But if he says that if I don't have to kill that person, but still if I am able to protect the nation, then it becomes nishkama karma. How many beneficiaries are there now? By protecting myself, how many are benefited? Only me. By killing someone, how many are benefited? You're not sure, because that one person can maybe kill four more people or five more people, some damage he can do. That's all. But if my objective is then saving the nation, then killing that person could be one of the options. That's all. That is not my sole driving motive. Are you able to get that? So the action remaining the same, attitudes will change. It's like, for example, even if you kill that person and you have already won that post there, you have hit that. What is wrong to go and give water to that person when he's dying? Are you able to get? You have only killed her. You have already got the post. Now there is nothing right now to be done. But at least if I can give water to some of the soldiers who are there, doesn't matter from where they belong to. Doesn't it become naimittika karma? On the other hand, you deserve to die. Because of you all the war is there. Or do goli maro. That option is also there, correct? How much of kamya is now working? Basic examples. With a same way, you can now look at whatever we are doing, even at home, even in the office. Two questions you have to ask. By that activity, how many beneficiaries are there? Can I do something to extend or increase the beneficiaries? If I can do something by which more beneficiaries are there, even at the cost of me benefiting, then 100% it has become karma yoga. Let's take a small example. This may not, just for the example I'm giving this, may not be very, very practical. Suppose you have a team of people in the office and you see one person coming with a genuine problem. There is a problem now. How do I solve it? If you give a solution, how many beneficiaries are there? If you just give a solution, okay, there's a problem, there's a solution, go to your next job. How many beneficiaries are there here? That person, correct? Because even if that person would have done some error, someone else would have taken care and cleared it up. Don't bother about it. It's a chota mota thing only. Suppose you take that and you say, come on, team, there is a problem here. What solutions can be there? Or you can do it two ways. If such a problem comes, this is how a solution can be looked at. These are the angles. That means now you're enhancing others also. Along with solving the problem for this one person, you are enhancing and mentoring others to think in that right direction. Now, there is one more way to get this or similar or better solution from the team by asking questions. Still, you will get the solution. Huh? By this, what have you done? You have made them independent to think and evaluate what they are doing. Now, all the three are Kamya Karma, or is only the first one Kamya Karma? From your perspective. From your perspective, you're doing the karma, right? You're either giving the solution, or you're giving the solution to everyone, or you're inviting solutions from others for everyone. First one is Kamya Karma, very clearly. Because there is a goal, there is a problem, there is a solution, the goal is achieved, matter ends. The second one is going towards Nishkama, or you can call it Nishkama. The third one is 100% Nishkama, where you are underplaying even yourself. See, in the second one, you still are showing that I am of that status of the boss and I have that knowledge more than y'all. You just listen to me. Many will benefit, but many will also have a doubt on that. But in the third one, you are underplaying yourself, making them the boss, which will have a more benefit, long term benefit, and which will do good. And again, in all the three, are you going to benefit or not? You are 100% going to benefit. In the third one, can you have the expectation like the second one? This is what I will give the answer, and that is what I expect everyone to give as the solution when I ask them. Then that is foolishness. Correct? Then you should have that openness to ask, which means you should subdue your own ego and you will be good to listen to what others have. Then objectively evaluated, and in that process everyone benefits much more, and they'll come out with more ownership. Are we able to see how a karma has got converted to karma yoga here? Collective benefit, and not one person taking the share and going. Hopefully, is it clear? Yes. Only when we sit and think in situations, you will come out with various options. For that, if we are too focused on only the problem and the objective, then you see the fastest road which you see, you will run only in that. But the moment you take one step back and say, can I use this opportunity to make it much more beneficial to others, of course, along with me, then you will see multiple ways of doing it. Of course, it has got its pros and cons. When someone is in the emergency, you can't say, let me call everyone. You should have that much of viveka what to do where. Someone is at an emergency. Okay, can we all convene for a meeting? In such an emergency, what do we do by the time the person is gone? Ram Nam Satya. There such things will not work. So we need to use diligently where to use it, how much to use it, because certain places you have to direct them. You can't give all the freedom to people. But within limited freedom, you can also grow people. So this can be done at home, this can be done at office. Small thing I tell you. We normally have a uncanny way of understanding our monthly expense in the house. Either it is the someone in the house is doing this, knowingly or unknowingly, initially. Sometimes it will be meticulously, if it is a husband writing down and all, Aaj itna hua, itna hua. If it is a wife, she has it already in the head. You just ask, she will say, no, no, this was little excess this month. So there is a way, there is a mechanism in all our Indian houses where we have a checks and balance and we know, and when something goes up, you also, अरे ये time थोड़ा ज़्यादा जाने वाला है, this is, so there is a way in, of course, why only Indian, everywhere it will be there. Think about it, that if we have done it for 10, 15 years and we are matured in it, will not it be a much better way to allow some simple mistakes and give that ability to children? You become the caretaker. This is the money. Whenever we ask, you give us, you maintain the accounts, you tell us where it is going wrong. Everything happens, sir. But in that, what is happening? You're making the child to learn. Of course, you can't do it for at least, need to be at least in teens, about 10th. Then some amount of maturity, even the child, the teenager, boy, girl, they need to have. Then only you can do it. Are we understanding? I'm just giving you some examples how you can convert a simple karma into a karma yoga. Many ideas will come out. And we have been insensitive to all this because we have used the age old tested method and we are continuing that. We are never thinking about it. But when someone new sees it, they will say, why not do it this way? And that may be a much better way. Correct? So being open to it, like that we can convert. And there is a lot of satisfaction in that. There's a lot of satisfaction. Because you see, oh, I can really genuinely see the practical growth in the children happening mentally. They're maturing out very well. I'm able to shape them now, but they are having the control with themselves. I'm not controlling them. That child will think 4 times before spending. And if we don't do that, we say, why are you spending so much? The child will only rebel. Say, why are you always asking me? I don't have the freedom to even spend what I want. But if you put the responsibility, they themselves will say, no, no, not now. No, no. Next one, we will see. Saving starts. So many things start. There are many benefits out of such things. Like that, you'll have to find out your own different ways. If someone says that this worked for me earlier, so that will work for me today, growth is stopped. Karma to karma yoga requires tremendous mental maturity to grow. It is not about your ability, it is mental maturity, because that attitude changes what makes karma to karma yoga. Are we getting some ways to look at it differently? Correct? Hopefully, see, individually now you'll have to look at your own ways. In some, you may be able to do, some of these jobs will be pure karma. Don't try to make it karma yoga. You're wasting your time also. There's something purely karma. Do it as karma. And there where it is purely karma, that I can't do it anything, the first thing what I can do is, after we start like this, move to Ishwararpana Buddhi. When I'm doing that karma, it is Ishwararpana. It is whoever is in front of me is nothing less than me. Bhagavan. मैं भगवान हूँ, they are Bhagavan, they are Brahman, I am Brahman. So Brahman is interacting with Brahman. Pakka Dvaita, but don't limit them either as subordinates or lower knowledge fully. Then we can slowly mature out mentally कि हाँ करके तो देखते क्या प्रॉब्लम है. Tell me, how many parents really enjoyed the child walking first time, holding to the sofa and then climbing on the sofa by it, falls 2 3 times, but once done, yes. And didn't you have that satisfaction without touching the child, or every time lifting and keeping the child there? Correct? So when you have done that, that is karma yoga. Standing, supporting, seeing how I can do more for more beneficiaries. not just taking care of my desire alone. Then karma becomes karma yoga. Is it clear? Okay. Now, two very important things are required for karma to become karma yoga. First important thing is Ishwararpana Buddhi. Whenever that period of doing karma is there, it is your Purushartha which is working there. My will is working there, my effort is working there. That effort, when you put, it should be as though I'm doing it for God. My best will come out. And the moment the phase of my effort is over, I just drop that motive why I did that and go on to the next job. Because for the effort to get converted to result, there is a time frame. The farmer sows the seed, takes care of the seed till it grows, pours water, all pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, वो ये सब डालते हैं. Even he'll keep a scarecrow, सब कुछ करेगा. But once his job is over, then he has to depend on the rain, he has to depend on Bhagwan, he has to depend on when the final produce will come, and then only he can say whether it was good or bad. But his intention will be, I will take the best of the grains and sow it. He will never think, anyways, my produce never comes the best. ठीक है इसमें से थोड़ा निकाल के रखो. The farmer never uses what he has produced in his farm to sow it back. He will always go to the market and get the best variety of the seeds and sow it. Correct? That becomes very clearly that after his job, then whatever he gets, sometimes famine will be there, sometimes floods will be there, sometimes crops will go off, locust will be there. So many issues are there. But finally, he'll say, this is what भगवान ने मुझे यही दिया है, I'm happy with it. Yes or no? That attitude of feeling contented is Ishvara Prasada. Whatever I get is Ishvara Prasada. So Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Ishvara Prasada. When these two are there, when you're doing the karma, that karma becomes karma yoga. There is no way, because you have already deleted you from the whole ecosystem where you're working. Me and my needs are already out. I'm doing it for Bhagwan. Whatever is given by Bhagwan, which is perfectly just. There is no injustice in what he does. There's no pakshapata. He is given what is due for me. My expectation, what is due for me, could be different. But if I hold on to my expectation, I will never be happy. But if you always feel that, okay, I had an expectation, fair enough, this part is over, agla time dekha jayega, but whatever is given, I'm happy. And this is what, in this Karma Yoga topic, very nicely, how to convert it to Karma Yoga. And if you do it as Karma Yoga, you are maintaining cycles in nature. That is what is beautifully explained. There are so many cycles which are working where you are an integral part of that cycle. And one or two examples of such cycles are given. You are able to maintain the cycles if you are contributor. Okay, we have two roles. I am either a consumer or a contributor. If I am a consumer, I am breaking the cycle. If I am a contributor, I am nurturing the cycle. Are we able to get this? When I am a consumer, The world is full of resources, but that is not enough to satisfy my greed. Why? I'm a consumer here. And if I have the attitude of being contributor, there is enough resources to take care of everyone's needs, but not even one person's greed. Hence, the question is, was I a consumer today or I was a contributor today? Very important question. Whenever you say, think that today I was a consumer, you did karma. Whenever you feel that no, I was a contributor today, you did karma yoga. Think about it. Simple ways. And you cannot fool yourself. When you say contribute, you can't say that I contributed to myself. That means it is consumer only. Yeah? When you contribute, you are contributing to society, you are contributing to more people than you yourself. Per day balance sheet, I have consumer related activity, I have contributor related activity. And let me be very, very honest to you all. This one thought has brought me to what I'm in this situation today. Every day I should give something back to the society. That one point, nothing else. Then it is maybe yoga, it may be Vedanta, it may be Veda, it may be any ways. Then you give dana, you give donations, you give many ways are there. But that thought that I have to give back to the society, because the society has given such a lot to me, I have to give back. Society is Bhagavan. Correct? Manava Seva, Madhava Seva. When I say society, it doesn't only stop at human beings. Bhuta Yajna. That one thought that every day I should contribute. You find out time that you remove quality time to contribute. Why? Without that, that night sleep doesn't come. अरे आज नहीं किया कुछ. I've just consumed. If not anything, I honestly pay the tax. I'm a contributor back to the society. Think. Paying genuinely the tax is giving back to society, right? Understand one thing. If specific to India, 4% people pay the tax out of 140 billion and exchequers are working. Aren't you contributing? From where otherwise the money will come? Isn't the responsibility of Grihastha to take care of Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, where they are forced to be consumer even if they want to contribute, they can't. The three ashramas, they have to be consumers because they have to eat and live. They have to depend on Grihastha. And in Grihastha, if I am going to be only a consumer, then who is going to be contributor? Will not the ecosystem collapse? The more we think bigger, the more nobler will be the thought. The more nobler is our thought, the more right will be our actions. The more we think about ourselves, the more narrow minded we are. The more narrow minded we are, the more we are Lena Bank, consumer. Are we able to get this? And hence, this chapter is so beautifully laid down. Bhagavan says, be a contributor, not a consumer. You will need certain consumption, but are you contributing more than what you consume? Is the question. Net, in a going concern, net profit should be there, na? If it is net loss year on year, will it continue? No. So, am I having net equity of contribution or net consumption? Net consumption is loss, contribution is profit in your balance sheet, every day's balance sheet. It doesn't work. चलो मार्च महीना आ गया, एटीजी के लिए लेट मी गो एंड जस्ट डोनेट इन 10 places. That is not contribution. That is again consumer. I want to reduce my tax liability, so I am giving it. Don't fool yourself in that. Are we able to get this? And we all know, हम छोटे छोटे चीज पे ऐसा इतना, if you tell it out, you will feel ashamed that we do such stupid things, but every one of us do it. Be sensitive to that. Allow those to let go. Automatically you start becoming a contributor. Are we getting it? Clear? So net contribution has to happen. And this is what we have to focus. We did not go ahead in the third chapter at all. Huh? We have gone in depth on a concept only. Because the chapter tells you, if you know how to convert karma to karma yoga, then there are so many cycles which are stable, and you will be a role model to others by being a part of these cycles and contributing to the cycles. Okay, how my karma can impact the rain? Possible. Very, very clear. So these things are what generally covered. And then the third part is Kama Krodha Jaya. So we will actually take the third chapter only in the next class. Today we just went into karma, karma yoga, the depth of it, how to convert, being sensitive about it. Because this becomes a very, okay, theoretically it looks good, but is it really possible? What to do? In your each areas, you have to work for it. You have to find out. And surely, any area, can I be a contributor in this area? Any problem comes, any action comes, apart from getting the result of the action, can I contribute something more? That means some consumerism is happening, but major contribution is also happening. Like when you say the team, getting something out of the team, enabling the team is contribution, but at the same time, my problem is also solving. Who came with the problem, that is also solving, that is consumerism. Now, if you weigh both, which is bigger? The contribution is far bigger than the consumer part. समझ में आ रहा है? Are we able to get how to practically convert it? It is not sitting and Bhagwan, Bhagwan, Bhagwan puja karna. No. That clean mind, ability to contribute is what is going to make. That is what is called dedicating it to Bhagwan. After that, I don't have an ego to hold on to the result. What happens? Say, ठीक है, चलेगा ना. Plus minus तो होते रहते हैं. Let me go and do the next thing. ठीक है? चल. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.